666, all that mark of the beast stuff, all that all-seeing eyes, the sign of the devil stuff. No, let me tell you why they tell you that. That's what makes you most high, and that by default is what makes them most low, okay? So what they do is they give you these boogie tale stories. I mean, boogie, you know, 666, what the fuck are you talking about? Carbon is the most fertile element in creation. There's no life without carbon, aka there's no life without so-called blackness. And I say so-called because Taj Tariq Bey, he breaks down the word black, okay? But I mean, English is such a bastardized little tongue. 60% of his parts are fucking Latin and Greek. The other 40% is fucking German. You know, I mean, what the fuck? Maybe some French, whatever. But the point is this. 666 is most high, okay? Power nature rule, it's the tree of life. Now there's 3 parts of the tree of life. There's sahu, there's ab, and there's asar. All I want to do right now is to allow all our people that are trapped in sahu frequency to experience ab frequency. And my music, that's the whole point of my music. In fact, I might call that ab music, you know? And this is what I thought about Abyssinia, because, you know, Abyssinia means that's the kingdom of the heart, Abyssinia, you know? Abyssinia, I mean, I don't know, it occurred to me, all right. But in terms of Abyssinia or heartland, or, you know, heart, you know, like Ra'u Nefra Amen and Medu Nature, he makes it perfectly clear no Sahu can ever participate in government. It's just, that's like that's like somebody who weighs 600 pounds, but they're fucking anorexic. It's like, what? Huh? What the fuck did you just say? Exactly. Okay, but that's why our current government and govern to control mind. Control your mind, okay? And I'm going to get back to the power of nature rule, because Sahu is so easy to control through Sebek. Sebek is speech. You know, speech, you say one thing, is Javin. That's the symbol of the gay sonic lodge, or as I prefer to call them, the Rhesus Monkey Lodge. In fact, on one album cover, I'm going to have a little fucking Rhesus monkey with a little, what's it called? What do they wear? Those little aprons? Yeah, because that's the extent of the validity of the so-called Rhesus Monkey Lodge at the moment, you know? Because you need melanin to be Asar, okay? Like, without melanin, like, you're not even ab. You're just a welfare dog, a well-fed dog, okay? Talk about welfare. What the fuck is the Homestead Act? Everything these Neanderthals got, they stole our birthright, they stole our land, and, you know, fucking, what's it called? Was Ellis Island, but all of a sudden now, oh, there's a travel ban, no immigration. Get the fuck out of here, you fucking imminently extinct Neanderthal. So look, here's the point, okay? The point is this. Sahu needs to raise to Ab. It's a gradual process, okay? However, I can accelerate that process because a day in the Lord is 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is a day. So what I mean by that is, yeah, trick bag, 325 AD, whatever, woo. All right, whatever, okay, Council of Nicaea, you know, Gospel of Thomas. They're like, nah, we can't put that book in there because it's too real. The kingdom of heaven is on earth, yet men do not see it, you know? That wasn't Luke talking, that was Yeshua talking, okay? Now, whether Yeshua, physical entity or not, it's still a manifestation of an entity. What did Phil Valentine say? He said Yeshua, the whole story, the whole science of that story is not God perfected as man, but man perfected as God. Man perfected as God. Something like that. Because I think the whole premise of the Yeshua story, and this is backed up by the whole story of him being tempted by the lower self, aka Satan, which is its derivative, its origin is Set. Like they have no culture. Everything they get from us. They don't even make up words. You know? Like, they don't have words. They didn't even used to walk on 2 feet, you know? But it was necessary to cleanse. We had some in-house cleaning to do, okay? Okay? Put it to you like this. The first child to ever be molested, they were not molested by Neanderthal. Some sunken place, prehistoric Toby was just on his lower self vibe, and wanted to bust a nut in a little innocent little vessel that couldn't fight back. And that's what happened. So that's why this had to happen, okay? All right, so fuck it. I just validated their existence. I put it in quotes because they're the Walking Dead. But fuck it, you know? Yeah, you know? We have to clean house. Don't point your finger at anybody, even though I did make a reference earlier about derivatives, like an arsonist investigator, you know? Because before that insurance company is going to make a payment, you know, they're going to be like, hey, now we need to see the root of this fire, you know? Like I said, I said this earlier, but I'll repeat it. Just pour gasoline all over the rug, light a match, and be like, hey, my house is on fire. Or did like actually some electrical wire shit happen that was the fault not of your own, but of whatever the fuck shit happens. But in case shit happens, you have insurance. All right, fuck it. So shit happened. Okay, now you're gonna get a check. All right. But where was I going with this? Oh yeah, talk about genocide. There's literally, I mean, but look, I have to laugh, but you have to laugh so you don't cry. There's a genocide soundtrack. There's literally a genocide soundtrack called gangster rap music. Now here's the thing. I'm not saying that they should stop pointing the guns at each other and point them at the local police department. I'm definitely not saying that. Why am I not saying that? Because past the pork chop, well, I don't know how long past the pork chops of anywhere are still going to have congregations, but let's just say they still did have congregations. Every Sunday, that money would go to the nearest Moorish-owned bank. And when I say Moorish, I'm not talking about any boule, little don't grow past the knees of a Neanderthal. Nah, I'm talking about like at least Ab, or like acknowledges that they got some sahu, but they're like literally like on the cusp of Ab, so that they can go deeper and become Asar. Okay, that's where we need to be. But in order to comprehend that, I'm glad I remembered. You need to tie that back into the tree of life and the Pout nature root. But in order to comprehend the Pout nature root, you need to comprehend the utility of Sebek, okay? Sebek is literally the Caucasoid's single weapon because it is what is necessary for any other weapon to even be functional, okay? Let me see. Sebek is words. Like imagine you say Operation Iraqi Freedom. Some silly person that's 2 paychecks away from a homeless shelter, they don't have time to really break that down. They got to go to work in the morning. They probably drove 2 hours to work. Took them 2 hours to get back from work. You know? They raised their kids for like 20 minutes. After the TV was raising them for about 5 hours while they were driving from the plantation. You know? I mean, it's a trick bag, but the beauty of this trick bag is that it can be solved that quickly, okay? But it first has to be acknowledged. And that's why it says in Hosea chapter 4, verse 6, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, okay? Perspective. This is why Trump always does this shit. Not because he has melanin and he feels the source of life like me. No, because he learned that in the Order of Solomon or whatever the fuck he's a part of. Whatever little Neanderthal fucking parody of the true illuminated beings, which are the melanated beings, okay? Hashtag melanation, okay? And the point of nation, see, they can deport Mexicans. They just build prisons for us. Why? Because this is our land. Where the fuck they gonna send us, you know? Come on, man. You're gonna send us on a cruise liner to fucking Ghana and shit? Get the fuck out of here, you know? So I can go to Ghana and they charging me Brunei prices and shit? Come on, but I still love Ghana. Hey, but look, here's the point. The point is this. And this is why you don't have to shoot police. Because police, I don't even know if I should say this name. But fuck it, I will, because he got it. Prodigy interviewed him. Well, I mean, he interviewed Prodigy, you know, rest in power. I don't want to even say rest. I mean, immortal beings, real niggas don't die, we multiply. But in terms of, what's it called? In terms of, damn, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, police. Alex Jones was saying that they're literally attempting now to not hire any police with an IQ higher than 100. They want well-trained dogs that don't ask questions. You tell them to sit, you tell them to roll over. That's the nutshell of a fucking police department, okay? Because there's no crime in the first place if it wasn't engineered by that fucking gay Sonic Lodge to have poverty, the illusion of poverty, because the wealthiest people in America are so-called black people. You watch every TV show. In order for it to be cool, you have to have black music in the background. When I say black music, you know, I'm talking, yeah, it could be some little Neanderthal like blow. I'm gonna put it to you like this. What's his face? John Lennon. He said it the same. He said, people keep asking me about British rock. He said, what the fuck is British rock? All we are a bunch of British people just trying to make music like black people. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, yeah, I mean like that. So it could be a little Pink Floyd song in the background, whatever. But in order to have swag, we are the foundation of swag. You know, let alone the foundation of bathing and walking on two legs and, you know, fundamental things like that. But anything in America, for it to be appealing, it has to be connected to the mores. Why? Because if it doesn't contain more, then it's going to be less, and less is just less appealing, you know? But in order for the less ones to be more, with respect to a trick bag called the Federal Reserve Note, which insists that you can't have anything unless you have this, which is secondary to a system which is designed to make sure you can't get this, because only those milk and cookie ass fucking sodomite motherfuckers are eligible to get jobs in the first place. It's a fact. That's how the system is designed. It's not designed for any more with self-respect to be a part. But here's the thing. Oh my God, revelation. No more with self-respect should want to work at CVS, should want to work at Safeway. A more with self-respect wants to start a version of that, but a non-heartless capitalist version of that, okay? And for the record, communism was financed by Wall Street, okay? So that's all the trick bag, but it's the left and the right. Now we got to talk about femininity versus masculinity, polarity, the left and the right. The Democrats, that's supposed to be the left. Remember what Biff said? I call Biff the orange-haired fucking clown motherfucker. I call him Biff, okay? Biff said, you just grab him by the pussy, a.k.a. she's docile. What's she going to do about it, okay? So that's the patriarchal view of the Stargate. And how disrespectful is that? A.k.a. they have literally taught you how to think like them. When you call the image and likeness of your mother, that's your... Hip-hop is in the exclusive control of sodomites, 1,000,000,000%. Only a sodomite, a man that loves women, he loves women. He loves them. He loves everything about them, you know? Never say anything to diminish them. Who would say something to diminish someone else? An insecure person like Biff. That's why all he does is shit on people. Why? Because he didn't get enough hugs as a child. And that's what other people who didn't get enough hugs as a child do. They shit on people. Why? Because it gives them a semblance of leverage, a few syllables at a time, until they're stuck in a room by themselves, and part of them in the back of their brain is like, yo, maybe should I kill myself? Okay, exactly. Okay, so positivity is most high, okay? Nas' greatest verse, and some of us have angels. There's two sides of it, negative and positive, you know? And, you know, it's like we can embrace positivity or negativity. I see Native American as loosely as possible, because I know that I'm the most original entity on this, let alone planet, but on this particular hemisphere or whatever. But when we talk about, there was a quote from some tribe, and it said, a grandfather was talking to his grandson, and he said, you have two wolves inside of you, okay? Now, basically, one wolf, it was the energies of peace and love and happiness and sharing and kindness, etc., all the little first cousins of positivity. You said you have another wolf inside of you that is jealousy and anger and hatred and untrusting, being untrusting and suspicious, you know? No, don't get me wrong, be as wise as serpents and harmless as doves. But there's a point where you're just intentionally just trying to be as sahu as possible, aka embrace that lower half wolf as opposed to embrace that higher half wolf. Then you become an Ab man, but that's only half the journey. The rest of the journey is to become a Sar, okay? When we become a Sar, that's when we truly go beyond this third and fourth dimension. Third dimension being height, length, width, aka, you know, dimensions of space. Height, length, width, you know, dimensions. Height, length, width, okay. But then you have the fourth dimension, which is time, okay? Within which these third dimensional manifestations can have experience. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't fully understand the third and fourth dimension. Because you saw I just paused just now. But I was just trying to like kind of come to the I mean, because the third dimension by itself, that's basically like, see, look, this, imagine this. This just stays like this forever. Like it doesn't wiggle, it doesn't shake, because in order to wiggle and shake, it moves from this point to that point, and within that duration of its motion from here to there, that's time. You see what I'm saying? So the third dimension is almost like, well, the third and fourth dimension, they need each other to exist. Oh man. God, where am I gonna go with this? Look, alright. All I want to say is that man, because I'm already going past when we're leaving Sahu, we're going to embrace our hearts. And the easiest way to do that, and it's so fucked up, you see people who shit on their children, smack the shit out of their oh my God, what the fuck? It's like there's nothing sacred anymore. What left is sacred? You don't see that child as sacred. Man. Well, for me, I see a baby, I just smile, and my heart warms up, and I'm just like, that's my inspiration, in spirit, respiratory system, the breath of life, and he became a living soul. If we can conduct the breath of life properly channel this breath of life, you know, and let me tell you how to best do that, because this is what I noticed. I noticed that, and the only time I can ever get remotely stressed, and this was before, because now I don't feel that way, because I've been in 112 degrees sunlight for the past 3 weeks. And I don't know, I feel like, give me a few more weeks, I might start levitating or some shit, I don't know, but here's the point. The point is that, what was I gonna say? I'm running out of time. The point is, before, I would feel insecure. I would only feel insecure or like have an unsettling, almost anxious feeling when my money was funny. You know what I'm saying? Now, other than that, I'm always like totally mellow, Gucci, and I'm not trying to advertise for that corporation, but I mean, whatever, y'all. Well, look, I was on, what's it called? Or sodomite shoes, but I mean, a lot of sodomites make some nice ass shoes. But look, here's the point. No, not to, because look, no, I already came to this conclusion like 10 years ago. I can find women to make nice ass shoes for me. The only reason that alright, and this goes back to the left and the right. Yeah, they have hyperactivity with feminine principles, one of which is beauty. And you know, they got a nuance with their whole disposition like that men just don't have, but the sodomite tries to model that, and just a manifestation of that, or a byproduct of that rather, is them being inclined to make beautiful things like beautiful music or beautiful shirts, beautiful shoes, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's a coping mechanism to try to justify the fact that they don't like vagina, okay? So I don't give a fuck how many nice pairs of shoes you make. Nigga, you like to put a penis in your mouth? Oh my God, too much pause. Hey. Okay, well look, here's the point. The point is this. Left and right. Oh yeah, Asar. So I just gave you, I showed you the shirt. Look, she putting the shirt back in. She's like, I think that nigger is trying to steal a shirt. You know what I'm saying? But fuck her, man. She got like 30 seconds left on this planet. But look, here's the point. Hold on, how much time I got left? Asar. I was gonna say that Ab is love. Love is the segue that is necessary for us to become Asar in flesh. Okay? It's a process. But hold on.